Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ruby Tarot. Thank you so much for always following and supporting the channel. The moment you find yourself watching this video is the perfect time for you to receive its message. Here on this channel, I always bring you messages about the things that are about to unfold in your life. When you open your heart and trust in the positive, you're also connecting with a parallel world, one where your wishes have already come true. Today, through this tarot reading, I hope to help you unlock the possibilities of the future and support you on your journey to finding love and manifesting your deepest desires. The theme of today's reading is the message your ancestors want to send you right now. Let's begin decoding it together. I've drawn 3 cards, corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Please listen to your intuition and choose the card you feel most drawn to. Then, click on the timestamp in the description box to jump to your reading. Now, let's begin the reading for those of you who have made your choice. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who chose this pile. I hope this reading brings you healing, fresh insight, and moments filled with love. Today, I'm tuning in and listening to the message from your ancestors with the question, is there anything they want to share with you at this moment? And right away, the very first thing I want to convey to you is this. This time, a woman has appeared. In the imagery of the card, she is portrayed as an elderly woman, a figure symbolizing an older feminine presence. It is she who has come forward today to deliver a message to you. And she speaks right from the start with these words, "Listen carefully, my child. What I'm about to say is very important. Listen with your whole heart." She repeats this over and over again, as if urging you to truly pay attention, because what she has to share feels deeply necessary at this time. So then, the most important thing she wishes to tell you today is this. Between you and your ancestors, there has always been an invisible thread, a sacred umbilical cord that continues to bind you together. She says that the first and most vital thing she wants you to understand is, we are still connected. We have always been linked. We are not separated. You are not alone. In the cards that were drawn, all of them emphasize one thing. The connection has never been broken. This is the very source of your intuition because that intuition is a sign of your bond. It is because you are still connected to your ancestors that you can feel their guidance. They are beside you, watching over you, and protecting you. Next, the elderly woman wants you to remember this. You are someone who is worthy of love. Don't ever forget that. Not just loved, but inherently worthy of love. It is a simple truth, a natural law. She says, you are our pride. If you are not worthy of love, then who is? Perhaps at times, when watching a romantic movie or listening to stories from friends, you felt a quiet ache in your heart. You may have wondered, how can I be loved so naturally, so tenderly like that? How can I be soft enough, sweet enough, to be loved wholeheartedly by someone? But the old woman wants you to know this. You don't need to try to become someone else. Because at your very core, you are already someone deserving of love. They are proud of you. That love has always existed, and it is still present now. It watches over you. It supports you, always, from behind the scenes. For some of you, even the mention of love might stir up discomfort, a sense of unease, perhaps even fear or aversion. There may have been moments when you found yourself wanting to reject love altogether. Perhaps you felt that something about love unsettles you, makes you want to distance yourself from it. And your ancestors understand this. They say, there is a reason for that. I'll go into more detail about this later. But first, your ancestors want to firmly remind you once more, you are the one who is truly worthy of love. And beyond that, you are still deeply connected to your ancestors. They continue to love you with a powerful, unwavering love. From the elderly woman who appeared earlier, I sense a very clear energy, pride. She sees you as a source of pride, a deep and heartfelt pride. Why is she so proud of you? I'll explain more when we reveal the next cards. But for now, the messages are still flowing in, and I want to keep sharing them with you. One of the cards that just appeared features the image of a horse. The central meaning of this card is assistance. But in this case, the horse doesn't symbolize you. It represents something or someone that is moving toward you with the intent to help. In other words, there is an energy or a person coming into your life to reach out a hand and offer support. But perhaps somewhere deep inside, you are someone who has always felt the need to try harder, to be strong, to carry everything on your own without allowing yourself to lean on anyone. Or maybe you've carried a fear that if you were to ask for help, if you were to rely on others, they would see you as a burden, abandon you, or think you're weak, too much to handle. And so, Even when someone does reach out a hand to help, you instinctively turn it away. You may genuinely want to be supported, but when support actually arrives, you shrink back, you refuse it, and you don't even know why. What's remarkable about this is that the horse card only appears for those who have lived for others, who have given and sacrificed wholeheartedly for the sake of others. In other words, you are someone who has always lived with others in mind, even if now you feel like you're not good at asking for help or speaking up when you need it. You may have been trying to endure everything alone, but that doesn't take away from the truth that you've always given your all for the people around you. And that's exactly why, perhaps in your heart, there were times you've quietly wondered, why doesn't anyone come to help me? Why is it that when I'm exhausted, no one notices? Maybe you've had fleeting moments of that feeling. But through this horse card, your ancestors want to tell you, you don't always have to make decisions on your own. You don't have to keep pushing forward alone. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. You are worthy of being helped. And you are completely allowed to accept that help. There is nothing wrong with needing someone. You are not a burden. And those opportunities for help, they will come. Perhaps in the past, you longed for support, but there was no one around you that felt safe enough to turn to. Perhaps you lived in a reality where the arms that could lift you simply didn't exist. But the very fact that you are hearing this message today, please believe that in the future, there will be chances, people, and moments that arrive to support you. And when those people or opportunities appear, please remember the message your ancestors are sending you today. In that moment, open your heart and try to say the words, I need help. Because there will be someone ready to reach out to you. And what truly matters is this, you deserve to receive that help. Don't turn it away anymore. Allow yourself to accept it. You are not only allowed to receive it, you should. Because it is a well-earned reward for a heart that has quietly given so much to others. That's right. The message being delivered is unmistakably clear. You are the one who is worthy of love. The phase in which you've had to carry everything alone, always being the one to sacrifice for others, that phase is drawing to a close. And though one of the cards bears the word ending, don't be afraid. There is nothing to fear. Because every ending always brings with it the beginning of something new. This ending is not a loss. The ending here signifies the closing of a cycle, one in which you were always the one giving. So, what is this new phase? It is a cycle of receiving. A chapter where you step into the flow of love, not just as a giver, but as someone who is worthy of receiving it in return. And that love is not limited to romantic love alone. There are many forms of love in this life. Friendship, compassion, shared understanding, familial bonds, and the sacred connection between soul and soul. Right now, you may be feeling that this world is frightening and chaotic. You may be seeing it through eyes that have been wounded, perceiving it as filthy, fake, and harsh. I understand. Because the reality we live in today truly is turbulent. It isn't easy to face. But your ancestors are saying this. Even within that chaos, there exists a current, a spiral of abundance and pure love. And you are being invited to step into that spiral of love. An invitation is being extended to you from the universe, from the spirits who love you. And when this invitation arrives, please don't think that you are unworthy. Don't turn it away. Be brave enough to walk into it, even if hesitation lingers in your heart. Listen closely. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of being helped. You do not always have to make every decision in life on your own. There will be times when you can entrust that power of choice to someone else, with faith. There will be someone who comes into your life to pull you out of the darkness, to lift you up when you're weary, to show you the light ahead even when you no longer have the strength to see it. And this is what your ancestors are urgently trying to remind you of. Hold on to this truth. And now, as we turn to the Lenormand cards, the reason behind why you've been carrying so much on your shoulders, why it's been hard for you to accept yourself, why you've held on to the belief that only through constant striving do you become worthy of love, all of it seems to stem from a deeply rooted belief that love and freedom must come with conditions. And it is these very conditions that have become a heavy weight on your heart. Your ancestors are revealing something important. You have witnessed or experienced injustice, situations that were irrational, unfair. And those experiences have left deep imprints on your soul. Card number 28, the symbol of a man, has appeared in the reversed position. In this state, the card often points to an adult figure who is dishonest, someone unreliable, a person whose actions don't align with their words. Alongside this card comes the image of a bouquet, a symbol of gratitude. The message from your ancestors is quite clear. At some point in your life, you were forced to express gratitude for something you never truly wanted. You were placed in situations that felt suffocating, imposed upon, where you were made to thank someone who didn't deserve it, or to feel indebted to an environment that didn't nurture you. A common example might be the kind of statement that says, "I raised you, so you owe me," or "I did everything for you, so you must obey." To you, these weren't expressions of love. They felt like authoritarian control. You never wished for such things, but were made to feel as though you had to be grateful, as if they were favors granted. What's more difficult is that this relationship with the person in question wasn't one that could be easily severed. Whether it was a family member, a partner, a classmate, or someone within your living environment, these were ties you couldn't simply walk away from. You may have lived in a constant state of being hurt, unable to speak up, and unable to leave, a state of entrapment. These experiences left a lasting mark on your inner world and gave rise to limiting beliefs. That love must be earned through sacrifice, that freedom is not something you are born with, and that gratitude is an obligation rather than a heartfelt offering. And this, too, is one of the reasons why you've always felt the need to prove yourself, to constantly strive, believing that only through being deserving can you be loved. Your ancestors see this, and they understand you more deeply than anyone else. In your past, there was a relationship you couldn't walk away from simply by using your will. Within that relationship, someone treated you unfairly, irrationally, rudely, and at times, with condescension. They were the kind of person who made you feel uncomfortable, yet you couldn't easily sever ties with them. What made it even more difficult was that they often forced you to express gratitude, even though it never came from your heart. Perhaps you weren't the only one they did this to, because people like that often repeat such patterns with many others. To put it plainly, this was someone deeply selfish, and you had to witness their presence in your life. Because the connection wasn't easily broken, you had to live for a long time in a state of constantly watching their expressions, moods, and tone. Over time, this created a habit of always having to tiptoe around them. You were forced to say thank you even when there was nothing worth being thankful for. And when you repeatedly heard the words "you should be grateful," in such an imposed way, it became a pattern, something you began to accept as normal. Because of that, you may have taken on burdens that never truly belonged to you. Responsibilities that should have been theirs were pushed onto you instead. And when they said be grateful, they completely ignored the truth that you were the one enduring. You were the one trying your hardest. That kind of imposition made you start to believe that you must always strive in order to be worthy of love, that if you stop trying, happiness will never come. If that effort came from your own willingness, if it was something you freely offered to someone you genuinely wished to love and care for, then it would be an act of giving from the heart, a natural part of the cycle of love. But if your heart truly wanted to refuse, if deep down you felt coerced, yet still acted out of guilt or obligation, then that is no longer love. That becomes a psychological burden placed upon you by the other person. And the feeling of being forced to repay something in that way, over time, can make you forget that love is not meant to come with conditions. Perhaps you are carrying a burden far heavier than what is necessary. But this is not because of who you are. It is not your fault, nor is it a flaw within you. It's because you have lived in such an environment for far too long. You've witnessed such patterns too many times. And slowly, your way of seeing the world, your view of responsibility, of self-worth, has been shaped into a pattern, a habit. However, your ancestors want you to know that will come to an end. Not because you have to try harder. Not because you must keep learning or perfecting yourself before you are allowed to be free. No. It will end because that moment, that turning point, will come naturally. It will come on its own, like a door opening from the other side. Because there are already signs that new opportunities are drawing near. Someone will arrive, someone who truly wants to walk beside you. And if not a specific person, then it may be other sources of support, such as counseling programs, free services, or safe spaces where you are heard and supported by professionals. Maybe in the past you tried to seek help from such places, and instead of healing, you ended up more wounded. I understand. But your ancestors want you to know, right now, you are being fiercely protected. They are with you. They are watching over you, shielding you from harm. If someone hurt you when you were simply trying to find a way out, your ancestors say, you don't need to take revenge or hold on to resentment. That person will face their own consequences. Life itself will take care of it. You don't have to do anything, because you are being protected. You just need to keep living as your true self. Everything else, let the universe take care of it. That's right. Because if such hurtful behaviors were allowed to continue, more and more people would suffer. And that cannot go on forever. Sooner or later, those who cause harm will be confronted, and they will have to take responsibility. But the person who is now coming into your life, they are not like that. What I sense is a clear and pure intention, a genuine desire to help you, to stand by your side, without any conditions. And your ancestors want to remind you, never forget this. You have the right to receive help. You are someone who deserves to be loved. Embrace that love with your head held high. Let others help you, without guilt, without hesitation. In fact, they gently say, even if there are times when you feel lazy or tired, it's okay. Because love doesn't come from overexertion. It's not because you're perfect or always strong that people love you. It's simply because you are you, and that alone is enough to be loved. The message from the elderly woman who represents your ancestors today is becoming clearer and clearer. We, the ones who came before you, love you. We love you deeply. So lift your head. You are the most wonderful soul we know. She also softly whispers this. There may be times when you feel envious of someone else. But do you know something? Perhaps the very people who speak harshly to you, the ones who say cruel things, they're actually the ones who are envious of you. They speak in bitterness not because you're unworthy, but because, in their eyes, you carry something they feel they lack. Perhaps you've also felt envious of those who are naturally loved, those who can live truthfully in alignment with their emotions. But if that's true, then today, your ancestors only want you to remember this. We love you. Even if you feel there's something missing within you, in our eyes, you are already whole. Don't forget that love is always surrounding you. Come here, to us. That's how your ancestors are calling you. And when you wonder why, they respond because we love you. You can feel that love through your intuition. Everything is connected. The card that speaks to this is symbolized by quartz crystal, a stone that carries the energy of purification and deep connection. So your ancestors gently suggest, if possible, carry a small piece of quartz with you, like a talisman. It doesn't need to be expensive or large. Even a tiny stone is enough to help you feel more clearly the presence and love of your ancestors. Because quartz serves as a bridge, a vessel that holds the frequency of comfort, protection, and their unwavering affection for you. You don't need to force yourself to constantly change or try to become someone else. There's no need for that. You, as you are right now, are already enough. As I tune into your energy, I feel something very special, a gentleness and sincerity that stirs the heart. And perhaps what makes me cherish you even more is not only who you are, but also the deep, enduring bond between you and the ancestors who have always watched over you, protected you, and loved you with an unconditional love. It is a beautiful and warm connection, one that radiates a powerful sense of shelter and support. Your ancestors are watching over you. They are protecting you. And more than that, a powerful opportunity for transformation, a shift towards something brighter, is drawing near. Remember today's message. Because the moment when someone will reach out to help you, that moment is coming soon. There is someone or some energy approaching you with one single intention, to help you. That love, that support, may not arrive in the exact form you expect. For example, if you're hoping for someone to say the words "I love you," then yes, it's possible you might be disappointed. But your ancestors want you to understand this. True love is not confined to specific expressions. There are forms of love that are not performative, but are rooted in complete acceptance of who you are, just as you are. That love might arrive in the form of a quiet embrace, a presence that listens without judgment, a person who is willing to sit beside you when you feel weak. And the help you need may come from someone unexpected, or in a way that surpasses anything you had imagined. But rest assured, however it arrives, you will feel it. Your heart will recognize it. Your intuition will whisper to you, yes, this is the one who came to help me. And when that opportunity arrives, please don't close your heart. Receive it as if it were a gift from your ancestors, because that's exactly what it is. It is a gift of love that they are sending to you. I'll end the reading for those of you who chose pile 1 here. If you enjoyed this message, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support it by clicking like on the video. Your encouragement is an incredible source of motivation that helps me continue bringing you new content. If something in this reading touched your heart, I hope you'll leave a comment or even a small symbol to let me know that the message reached you. I always look forward to reading your thoughts, so don't hesitate to share what's on your mind. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. I'll see you again in the next reading. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who chose this pile. I hope that today's message brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. Today's reading is guided by the question, Is there anything your ancestors wish to tell you at this moment? And the very first card to appear is the Mother card. This is the symbol of the mother, not only in the literal sense but also in a symbolic one, and it carries a message that is deeply emotional and profoundly meaningful. If your birth mother is still alive and well, then the presence showing up in today's reading may be her mother, your maternal grandmother, or it could be another maternal figure such as an aunt or a woman who once loved you as if you were her own child. She is someone who once saw you as her own. It could be your grandmother, especially if you were a child who spent a lot of time with her, raised under her care, because your mother was often busy with work. Though you were born of your mother, this woman may have been the one who poured immense love and care into you, as if you were her own. And even if you feel that doesn't quite apply to you, there is still another possibility. It could be an ancestor you never met, someone who lived hundreds of years ago, but whose soul resonates deeply with yours. And because of that soul resonance, she feels a special, maternal love for you, as though you were her very own child. That's why I hope you will continue to listen to this message. Because this woman is gently telling you, you can do it. You absolutely can. And it's not just about being able to complete something, it's a deep and unwavering belief that you are truly capable. Because you are someone who has the ability. But this is not the kind of encouragement that says, come on, keep trying, push harder. It's not about pushing. It's a quiet, absolute trust. A deep knowing so profound that it doesn't require cheering or motivation, because in her eyes, you are already strong. You are already capable, simply because you are you, and that is why you can do it. You can do it. This card is a complete affirmation, yes. Everything you've been saying, everything you're feeling, it's all being received. Nothing within you is being denied. The very first message this woman, this motherly, ancestral presence, wants to share with you is this. Everything that belongs to you is accepted. You are you, and that is enough. For instance, when you feel weak, when you believe you can't do something, when you tell yourself, I just can't do it, she would never say, that's not true. Instead, she would gently say, is that so? Is that how you feel? Yes, if you believe you can't, then that's what you're truly feeling right now. And that's okay. She empathizes. She doesn't correct you. She doesn't try to change your mind. At the same time, you'll also hear her say something else. Don't give up. You can do this. She doesn't say it to dismiss your feelings, but because she knows there's a struggle happening inside you. Part of you is tired, wanting to stop. But there's another part of you that hasn't let go of hope, that still longs to move forward. The card of the fairy, symbolizing delicate, vulnerable emotions, clearly reflects this. On the outside, you may feel fragile, telling yourself things like, this is as far as I can go. Everything feels too heavy, beyond what I can handle. But within you, there's still another voice, gentle, quiet, yet never silenced, whispering, but I still want to try. I haven't completely given up. Then another card appears, one that represents stubbornness, a rigid mindset, a belief so deeply ingrained that it feels like you've already decided the outcome. This isn't going to get better. I already know how it ends. When you hold tightly to such beliefs, your soul can begin to close off, to freeze. But right beside that card comes another one, the card that reveals the honest whispers of your heart. The things you truly wish for, though perhaps you haven't dared to say them aloud, or have forgotten them in the chaos of daily life. And this is what your ancestors see so clearly. They love it all, the strong and the soft in you, the moments when you collapse, and the moments when you rise again. Because to them, you don't need to be perfect. You only need to be yourself, and that is more than enough. This time, a card appears with bright colors, but its meaning carries a shade of hesitation. It reflects a feeling that may be lingering in your heart right now. Maybe I can't do it. That sense of helplessness may be quietly growing inside you, whether it's about love, work, or something else entirely. But behind that feeling of I can't lies another voice, softer, smaller, whispering, I don't want to give up. I don't want this to be true. Somewhere deep inside you, there is still hope, still a quiet refusal to surrender. It may be a small truth, but it is a real one. And the ancestor, very likely your maternal grandmother or a woman who once loved you as her own child, understands this completely. No matter how many negative things you say, no matter how many times you repeat, I can't do it or I'm useless, she knows the truth, that you have never truly given up. You still long for something. You still want to keep going. She sees what you may not even recognize in yourself. You may be feeling defeated, exhausted, acting as though you've already let go. But your ancestors know you still want to try, you still want to change, you still carry a hope that maybe, just maybe, you can do it. And because of that, they believe in you. They believe you will rise again. They believe you will move forward. Whatever your circumstances are right now, whatever you're feeling, your ancestors do not judge or blame you. They never say you're weak or wrong. They only gently offer this message. You will do it. You absolutely will. Everything is going to be okay. And even if you find it hard to believe this message, even if your heart wants to reject it, your ancestors don't hold it against you. They simply smile and say, "So this is how you feel right now? That's okay. We understand." And behind that smile is a soft whisper. "But deep down, you still can, can't you?" A message so gentle, yet so steady. A love without condition, always watching over you, always believing in you, no matter what you might think of yourself. The High Priestess card has appeared, once again confirming that the presence reaching out to you today is a woman. There is no doubt about it. This is a woman of deep wisdom and finely tuned intuition. She has the ability to read timing with precision, to sense exactly when it is right to speak, to act, and she is exceptionally gifted in this way. That's why the messages she brings you today have also been chosen and delivered with great care and perfect timing. She is not someone who wants to push you, nor does she want you to force yourself or strain beyond your limits. If right now you're still feeling, "I can't move forward yet, I still need rest, I'm still afraid, not ready for change," she will not judge you. Because she understands, it's simply not the right time yet. And that's okay. You are allowed to move at your own pace. She trusts in your rhythm. And what matters most is this. Taking your step in your own right timing is the best way forward. Your ancestors understand that, and they honor it completely. And while you may still be hesitant, still feeling uncertain, she gently soothes you with the words, "It's all right. Everything will be okay. You can do this." Because deep within your heart, even in your exhaustion, even in your desire to pause, there still exists a small belief. Maybe, just maybe, I can still go on. And today's message has arrived to embrace that belief, to hold gently the truth within you that even you may have forgotten. She sends you a flame, a powerful, warm, life-giving energy. And she whispers, "Believe in the truth." What truth? That you can do it, that you are capable, that there is still hope within you. We are currently moving through a new moon phase. The new moon in Taurus, a time associated with enduring values, with beginnings that are slow but steady. Yet, under the influence of fixed stars and the presence of Saturn, the planet of trials, you may find yourself easily discouraged, tempted to give up. This energy can lead you into the belief that you simply can't. And that is precisely why the message from your ancestors becomes even more vital now. You can. Believe in that, especially when you feel too tired to believe in anything at all. In the days to come, you may feel the pull of energies that whisper things like, "I'm getting nowhere. Maybe I should give up. Maybe this path just isn't for me." You might find yourself comparing, thinking, "Perhaps staying in my old comfort zone would feel easier." No risks, no failure. This is a time when the energy of discouragement, the urge to surrender, or the illusion of failure may rise more easily than usual. And perhaps that's exactly why your ancestors have chosen to speak to you now, proactively, deliberately, with one clear message. You can do this. In life, everything has its timing. There are moments when you feel full of vitality. Moments when fate aligns in your favor. Moments when the external world matches your inner readiness to act. So if right now you feel like you can't move forward, then perhaps it's simply not the right time yet. It doesn't mean you're incapable. It doesn't mean it won't happen. It only means not right now. And eventually, the moment will come when everything clicks into place. You will reach what you've been striving for. You will fulfill what your heart has longed for. For some, it might even be a triumphant breakthrough, a turning point that brings the overwhelming feeling of "I did it." Even if right now you feel left behind, or think maybe giving up would feel like relief if today, hearing these words, your heart stirs even just a little, then believe this. You will reach what you desire. You will succeed. The next card that appears is the symbol of protection from negative energy. Imagine yourself standing within a magical circle, surrounded by pillars of protective energy, as if you are held within a sacred space, a personal sanctuary where no negativity can enter. Hold that image in your mind. Let yourself believe, "I am protected. I am being guided." No challenge is forever, because you are held within the arms of unconditional love and unwavering faith from the spirits who came before you. The columns of energy surrounding you are not just symbolic, they are actively working as a filter, drawing out all the negative energy from within you. The heaviness, the weariness, the shadows that rise from your own inner world, these are all being absorbed and transmuted by the light. Not only that, but the negative energies from outside, stares, words, envy, or even ill thoughts directed at you, are also being absorbed by this invisible protective field. And the ones doing this are your ancestors. They are quietly, gently, and steadily drawing in every pain, every wound, every heavy burden that has caused you suffering, so you don't have to carry it all alone. So, you don't need to store your sadness inside. You don't need to pretend to be strong in front of your ancestors. They've seen it all, even the parts of yourself you haven't dared to admit. That's why you don't have to perform for them. You can show every raw emotion, no matter how broken, how messy, even anger, despair, or unkind words, and still, they will say, "It's okay. You have the right to feel that way." Even if your thoughts go something like, "I hope that person wakes up with a giant pimple on their nose," or any small, sneaky, petty wishes, that's okay too. No one is judging you. No one is here to punish you. Your ancestors simply want to embrace the truest parts of you, unedited, unfiltered. So try getting used to speaking with them. Even if you don't know how to begin, just thinking of them is already enough. If you have an altar at home, you can whisper to it. If you're planning to visit the cemetery during this holiday season, that too is a beautiful chance to connect. And even if you can't speak aloud because others are around, just thinking in your heart, "Dear ancestors, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm about to fall apart." That alone is enough. Because what matters most is not the ritual, but the honesty and connection from your heart. You don't want to fall apart, do you? Deep down in your heart, you still long to reach the finish line, to complete what you once began. But then confusion sets in. You don't know what to do, where to start. There's no one beside you, no one to help. And then you wonder, why is it like this? I hate this feeling. You can say it all, every word. You can release those thoughts, those feelings, because your ancestors are here to receive them. They will absorb them, draw out all that heavy, negative energy for you. There's nothing you need to hold in. You don't have to suppress anything anymore. And most importantly, those emotions won't come back to hurt you. There is no bad karma created by being honest with your pain. If there is any reaction waiting to be returned, perhaps it will be for those who have sent ill energy your way, not for you. The card of Uranus has appeared, carrying powerful, unwavering energy of protection. A towering spiritual force, like a cloak of invisible armor wrapped around you. A fierce, clear, and courageous energy that dares to defy any attacks from the outside. Your ancestor continues to say, everything, absolutely everything, is accepted. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, they will only respond, yes, that's right. You're allowed to feel that way. Yes, of course, you're feeling sad. It's all allowed. All of it. Everything is welcome here. And there was one more card. One that wasn't part of the original reading, but when I held the deck in my hands, it felt as though the card called out to me. So I drew it. It was the Child card, but it appeared in its reverse position. This card usually symbolizes something new, a fresh beginning, a new environment, a gift from life such as abundance, joy, or opportunity. But in reverse, it suggests that you may be thinking, maybe nothing new will ever come to me again. You may be feeling that everything is too late, that no opportunities are waiting for you anymore. But your ancestors see that clearly. They see those doubts, those quiet longings within you. And that's exactly why this card has appeared as an answer. No, it is not too late. Not at all. There is still so much beauty ahead for you. So much waiting to arrive. If you're carrying these heavy emotions within you right now, this card comes to hold you, to soothe you, and to gently remind you, you haven't given up. And we have never stopped hoping for you. This is a new beginning. The image of the card reveals a sea parting before you, opening the path for your steps. A rainbow appears, a sign of blessing from the universe. Everything is being prepared for you to step into a new journey, a journey designed just for you. This isn't just a word of encouragement, it's a prophecy, a sacred message. The Sanctuary card carries a meaning that resonates deeply with the previous messages. It represents a sacred energetic space, a sanctuary where you are protected and held by higher forces. And at the heart of the sanctuary stands the image of the mother, or a woman embodying maternal energy, who plays the central role in shielding and guarding you. But she is not alone. This woman is actively calling upon other beings, higher spirits, divine forces, angels, and luminous entities of light to come and support you. She is saying to them, "My child is in need. Please help her." She is not only your protector, but also your advocate, gathering and rallying sacred forces throughout the universe to stand by your side, to uplift you, to open paths ahead of you. This woman holds within her an infinite cleansing energy. She can absorb every shadow, every wound, every fragment of heavy or negative energy that clings to you, whether it comes from within or from the world outside. And she is never overwhelmed by any of it. That's why you don't need to feel guilty. You don't need to think that you're a burden or a weight upon her. She is strong enough to carry it, and she wants to. But her role doesn't end at protection. She is also the one weaving new connections, aligning new opportunities, opening new doors for you. She is softly whispering to the other spirits, "Please help my child. I entrust her to you." She is like a devoted, loving mother, visiting each sacred realm to ask for guidance and support, just so you can walk your destined path and arrive at the place your soul is meant to be. What a steady, warm source of support that is, isn't it? You will do it. You are being blessed. That rainbow, that is your sign. A new future is on its way, one where you not only overcome your current challenges, but also achieve what you've longed for and step into a completely new chapter, brighter, more beautiful, and full of promise. A new door is opening, waiting for you to walk through it. And you are the one chosen to receive it. So, if you're feeling exhausted right now, just focus on taking care of yourself in the present. Because everything in life has its timing. Don't worry. There will come a moment when the desire to move, to act, to step forward will awaken in you again. It will rise like a wave of intuition, and when it does, you will know. You are someone who carries a fire within. Right now, you might feel dull, uninspired, drained, but at your core, you are the kind of person who, once the flame in your heart is lit, moves forward with unstoppable energy. When that inner engine starts, you may move so fast, so decisively, that even you will be surprised. So trust this. That moment will come. Until then, your ancestors are still protecting you. All they ask is that you listen to your own rhythm, your own timing. You don't need anyone to pull you forward, or wake you up, or push you into motion. When the time is right, you will know. You will feel it in your soul. This is it. Now is the time. And the fire in your heart will blaze again. And if right now you still don't feel that fire, that's okay. Allow yourself to rest. The moment will come when you'll want to rise again, and when it does, you will move forward. Because you can. You are someone who can accomplish what you set out to do. The Tower and the Key cards have appeared in their reversed positions, indicating that right now, you may be feeling stuck, unable to change, and perhaps you've unconsciously boxed yourself into negative conclusions such as, "I can't, it's impossible, there's no other way." But if you truly feel that you can't follow the conventional path, that's okay. You don't have to do things the right way. You don't need to walk a road someone else has paved for you. If the straight path doesn't open before you, your ancestors want you to know there are still other ways, detours, creative solutions, unexpected turns. You don't need to win in the traditional sense. As long as you still believe in yourself, you'll find the road that's meant just for you. And you will walk it. If the wall in front of you feels too thick, if finding the key to open it feels too hard, then break it down. There will be moments when the way you shatter limits won't come through a conventional path, but through an unexpected, daring approach, so bold that even you might be surprised. You might hesitate, wondering, is it okay to do this? But when the moment arrives, your intuition will rise and say, I want to try this. I feel like this is right for me. And in that moment, you'll act, naturally and without doubt. Your ancestors are right here, silently watching over you. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever you wish for, they are always whispering back one gentle reply. We understand. So, you don't need to maintain a perfect image. You don't need to pretend to be strong. You can say everything, even if only within your heart. You don't have to hold anything back. You don't need to make any decisions right now. Just release all the negativity you've been carrying. Let it flow into the hands of your ancestors. Because you are loved, truly loved. Your ancestors want you to understand. Instead of holding on to this suffering, let us take it from you. We want you to pour it all out, because that is far better than carrying it alone. Love, in this space, is not just a gentle comfort. It is a deep, unwavering support. And in the next few weeks, something will happen, something that rekindles the fire in your heart. It's not far away. An opportunity, a spark, a source of inspiration, something will come that makes you want to begin again, that draws you forward. And it won't just be a little better. It will be so much better, far beyond what you thought was possible. If you're already content with where you are, then this message is a celebration. Even more wonderful things are on the way. And if you're in a difficult chapter of life, your ancestors are holding you close and gently saying, things will get better. They absolutely will. This isn't just reassurance. It's a compassionate force, an invisible yet powerful energy that's speaking to you now. You'll be okay, because we will make it so. I'll close the reading for those of you who chose pile 2 here. If you enjoyed this message, don't forget to click like and subscribe to support the channel. Your encouragement is a powerful source of motivation that helps me continue bringing you more meaningful and heartfelt readings. If something in today's message touched your heart, please feel free to leave a comment or simply a small symbol to let me know that it truly connected with you. I treasure every word you share, and I'm always looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. I'll see you again in the next reading. Hello to everyone who chose pile 3. Thank you for your patience. Now, I'll begin the reading dedicated to those of you who are drawn to this group. I hope that this reading brings you healing, new insight, and moments filled with warmth and love. Today's question is there something your ancestors wish to tell you at this moment in your life? And this time, the reading delivers an overwhelmingly auspicious message. An incredibly beautiful blessing is waiting to be shared with you. First of all, you received the good luck card. This card carries an extremely fortunate energy, bringing the message that something truly joyful, truly worth celebrating is on its way to you. The image on the card may resemble a donut, but in truth, it is a sacred stone, a symbol of a prayer coming true. There is a small ritual associated with this card. When you look through the circular stone and touch both sides of it, a blessing of good fortune is said to be transferred to you. So right now, bring both hands to your cheeks. That's right. Gently place your hands on your face, as if you were touching that sacred stone. Because in this very moment, your ancestors are sending you a message. Something beautiful is coming. You're about to receive an unexpected happiness. And when I opened the Lenormand deck to look at what lies ahead, the fish card appeared in the position representing the future. In astrological symbolism, the fish is an image of abundance and prosperity. But what makes this especially wonderful is that this abundance is personalized. In other words, whatever it is you deeply desire, whatever you are seeking, that is exactly how this prosperity will manifest. If you are seeking financial growth, money will come. If you are longing for love, emotional connection and intimacy will arrive. If you are hoping for fulfillment, accomplishment, or peace of mind, that is what will find its way to you. A cycle of blessings and fulfillment is drawing near to you. And your ancestors are joyfully saying, yes, you're already on that path. Everything you've longed for, it's now approaching. This is truly a sign of great fortune, a beautiful prediction for your near future. Your ancestors are sending the message. Something truly joyful is coming your way. That's also why they invite you to gently place your hands on your cheeks right now, as a soft ritual to connect with the lucky energy of the good luck card. Yes, even eating a donut could be a sweet symbolic gesture, but more important is the simple act of placing your hands on your face, because it symbolizes touching the magical stone that carries blessings. Do it now, and whisper quietly in your heart, I welcome all good things. And now, the next important message your ancestors want to share is tied to a card of prophecy, a message of premonition. Perhaps you've already started to feel a vague sense inside. It feels like things are starting to get better. Or even if nothing concrete has changed yet, there's still a strange, quiet sense that something good is coming. If you're feeling this way, trust it. That's right. It's a signal from your subconscious, from the deepest part of your soul, that a blossom of happiness is about to open in your life. You may still be struggling right now, with nothing visibly changing. But your ancestors say that deep down, you're still holding on to faith. You believe your life doesn't end here, that something wonderful is still waiting for you ahead. And that very faith is what's drawing the good things closer to you. So ask yourself with sincerity, if I could wish for just one thing, what would it be? Your ancestors whisper. The first thing that comes to your mind, that is the one most likely to come true. Because all the circular symbols, from the donut to the sacred stone, are pointing toward wholeness, a circle in which your wish meets with divine blessing. When I looked at the base card in the Lenormand deck, the coffin card appeared. But don't be alarmed, because here, It doesn't represent loss or a negative ending. On the contrary, it signals release. You may soon be breaking free from something that has held you down, a mental burden, a suffocating environment, or an invisible pressure weighing heavily on your heart. Perhaps you've been trapped in a situation where someone else had control over you, or stuck in a relationship or responsibility that kept you from living authentically. And your ancestors want you to know that change is coming. You will be freed. You will step out of what once made you feel stifled. And it won't require fierce struggle. It will happen like a gentle breeze of transformation, flowing through when you're truly ready to welcome something better. A new chapter is waiting for you, and it will be a chapter of relief, freedom, and a deep sense of inner wholeness. It's possible that in recent times, you've been under immense pressure and tension, and you've endured it all with remarkable resilience. But now the current of fate is beginning to shift. Even if you can't yet feel it clearly on the surface, deep beneath, destiny is already moving. A new flow of energy is quietly guiding you out of control, imposition, coercion, or oppressive pressure. For some of you, this shift may have already started to show. Perhaps the person who once placed pressure on you has been reassigned, or is no longer present in your immediate surroundings. Maybe someone who used to exhaust you has started to pull back, or an environment that felt suffocating is now gradually becoming more breathable. For instance, you might be on holiday or entering a long break like the one around April 30th, and this gives you a chance to temporarily escape the people who often bring tension, such as coworkers, superiors, or even a family member. It may be that this person is now in a more relaxed state of mind, less strict, less critical, and as a result, you can finally breathe a little easier. And if you're thinking, I haven't noticed any changes yet, don't worry. Your ancestors are reassuring you. The wheel of destiny has already begun to turn. You may not yet see it with the naked eye, but it's in motion. The forces that once held you tightly are beginning to lose their grip. The Bear card has appeared, and while it's not inherently negative, when paired with stress-related energy, it often points to someone in a position of authority, someone with power, someone you've had to carefully navigate around. It could be a boss, a family member, or a figure whose influence has kept you constantly cautious, constrained, and self-controlled. But the message from your ancestors is this: that person or that source of pressure is beginning to release its hold on you. And while complete freedom may not arrive today, the path toward relief has already opened. The universe is shifting to help you break free from control so that you can finally be your true self, lighter, safer, and more aligned with your authentic values. What once felt larger and stronger than you, like the image of the bear, was genuinely intimidating to face. The bear symbolizes powerful forces, looming threats, and overwhelming pressure. But in this reading, both the Bear card and the accompanying symbols have appeared in their reversed positions. This indicates that everything that once brought you suffering, that once burdened or restricted you, is now beginning to fade from your life. It could be that a person who used to dominate or impose upon you is now slowly withdrawing, or that your connection with them is weakening on its own, like an invisible thread gently unraveling. It's also possible that the person themselves is going through a shift that's forcing them to change. Either way, the energies that once drained you and kept you confined are now nearing their end. Another card has appeared that caught my attention, a card symbolizing communication and expression. Your ancestors are saying, if you're not in an environment where healthy communication is possible, it becomes incredibly difficult to voice what's inside your heart. Within you lies a rich inner world, a wellspring of imagery, emotion, and refinement. Your future self will exclaim, "This is amazing. This is happiness. I'm so excited. What should I do next? What else could be waiting for me out there?" And your heart will shine bright like a child stepping into a grand festival. This is the image your ancestors are sending to you, not as a fantasy, but as a truth woven into the fabric of your destiny. And above all else, your ancestors wish to share with you what might be the most important message of all. You have truly given your all. You have been resilient. You have been incredibly brave. We see it all. We know what you've had to endure. And now, we are ushering you into a new chapter, one where you no longer have to keep enduring. All you need to do is live. Just be yourself. And happiness will find you. You have truly fought long and hard. You've shown remarkable patience through a long, painful stretch, and your ancestors have witnessed every part of it. The Dragon card, symbol of unyielding spirit, of a soul that refuses to surrender, has appeared, bringing with it a deeply moving message. There were times when you wanted to give up completely. Maybe you even whispered in your heart, "Whatever happens, let it happen. I'm tired." There may have been moments when you felt like nothing mattered anymore. Your ancestors understand completely. They've felt your weariness, your helplessness, every time you bit your tongue and endured in silence. There were moments when the only thing you could do was turn away quietly or stare into the void with a blank mind. Not because you didn't care, but because that was the only way you knew how to protect yourself. Perhaps someone once said you seemed aloof, indifferent, as if you were turning your back on everything. But your ancestors know. You were doing everything you could just to hold yourself together. One half of you chose to disconnect, to shield yourself from further pain. The other half never stopped thinking, never stopped questioning. How do I survive this? What can I do to keep from falling apart? And you made it through every single day like that. Your mind always racing, searching for a way out, clinging to belief, to hope. And your ancestors, they don't need to say much. Because the greatest message they want to offer you right now is a hug. A warm, firm, wholehearted embrace. You've tried so hard. You've endured for so long. Thank you for still being here. It's not because you're just good at enduring. It's because you hold a quiet strength within you, a resilient heart, even at its softest moments. Your ancestors see this, and they ask for nothing more than to hold you close and remind you that you are enough, you are worthy, and you are incredible simply for still being here, still walking forward. All the pain you've endured, now, it's beginning to fade. And what lies ahead for you is no longer struggle. It's a life where you can finally exhale, where you can smile just because, where you no longer have to fight through each day just to stay afloat. Your ancestors have no need for many words. They only want you to know. We are so proud of you. And thank you for not giving up. It's been hard, hasn't it? You've held on for so long. All your ancestors want right now is to embrace you fully. The energy flowing toward you is that of a complete, tender, deeply emotional embrace, needing no justification, no condition, offered simply because you are here, because you didn't give up. The Silver Dusk Poet card appears, a symbol of sensitivity, artistic talent, and profound emotional depth. Perhaps you love singing, or simply feel a deep connection to sound and rhythm. But it goes beyond that. You possess a gift for expression, whether through your words, your voice, your writing, your blogs, or the pages of your journal. You might not fully see it yet, but your ancestors are saying, you have an innate aesthetic for communicating emotion. The things you feel and share, even if gently, quietly, can truly touch other people's hearts. And for that, you are a great source of pride to them. The ancestor sending this message today seems to be a soul very close to you, someone deeply familiar, not a distant spirit from ages past whom you've never known, but a person who may have been present in your life when you were very young. Even if you can no longer clearly recall them, they have always remembered you and continue to watch over you. This ancestor sees not only what you are good at, but understands the very essence of who you are, from your most beautiful qualities to the silent wounds you've tried to hide. They do not look at you with expectation or judgment, but with eyes full of unconditional love, as if smiling gently and saying, you, just as you are already something wonderful. And there's something even more special. Sometimes ancestral spirits return not only to support you, but also to ask you to complete something they themselves could not. Perhaps it is an unfulfilled wish, a dream they once carried, but never had the chance to fully live. And now, they believe that you are the one who can carry it forward. Even if you don't yet know what that is, you will begin to feel it, because within you already lies that energy, that light, and the ability to bring the unfinished into fullness. And through the cards drawn for the present, not the future, your ancestors are saying, we have seen everything you've been through. Not just the endurance, but the tireless effort to shift your perspective, to keep yourself moving forward. Unyielding spirit, a resilient will, boundless compassion, and deep, empathetic wisdom. These all converge within you. And now, you are stepping into a new chapter, one where your true self will finally shine. You are someone who thinks deeply and from many angles. You don't stop at simply asking, what do I think? You go further. Why did that person say that? What can I do to help them feel more at ease? Why are they reacting so harshly? If I change, will the relationship improve? What can I do to make this environment more bearable? You've asked yourself questions like these more times than you can count. Not from a single perspective, but from many angles. You have constantly sought to understand, to connect, to make things better, even when you were the one who was hurting. The card drawn also reflects the image of footsteps, slow, but unrelenting. Each step you've taken hasn't been easy, but you never stopped. And truly, from all the cards, there is one undeniable truth. You have been incredibly resilient. You've endured so much, and you've strived to move forward quietly, with strength. Even if you're still in the midst of that struggle now, your ancestors are saying, change has already begun beneath the surface. The current is shifting. You will emerge from this. And to bring more clarity to how this change will unfold, an additional card has been drawn, one that reveals the environment that caused you pain, that has exhausted you. It, too, is going to transform. The bear card appears once again, but this time, your ancestors guide you to see it from a deeper perspective, the image of the mother bear. A mother bear protects her cubs by instinct, sometimes fiercely, excessively, to the point that her protection becomes pressure, becomes control. Some of you may have been hurt in a relationship like this, where someone said, I'm doing this for your own good, but you felt suffocated instead. Your ancestors reveal that the change approaching may not come from trying harder, but rather from the withdrawal of that oppressive energy itself. Whether it's a family member, someone in a position of authority, or a system you've had to endure, the grip will loosen. And your ancestors add, if that person truly holds love, then love itself will teach them to let go at the right moment, to allow you to live your life as your own. And if not, then life will create the conditions that allow you to step away. Either way, a door is opening for you to live in alignment with your true nature, freely, independently, no longer needing to bend yourself to anyone else's mold. There is a very clear energy emerging now, one of self-reliance. You are entering a phase in which inner freedom and autonomy will be the key to unlocking your happiness. And even more importantly, you have a gift. The card representing natural talent has appeared, a sign that you carry within you a special ability, bestowed upon you from birth. When you begin to use that talent, even if only within your immediate circle, your life will begin to blossom. You don't need to achieve grand success or fame. Just being your authentic self, expressing the beauty, the emotion, the sensitivity you hold inside, is enough to bring you into deep happiness. Perhaps you paint, perhaps you write, perhaps you sing, or perhaps you simply whistle or hum a soft melody whenever you're alone. These seemingly small acts are actually natural remedies for your soul. Your ancestors want you to know you have the ability to heal yourself, and you also have the power to touch the hearts of others through what you create, even if you think it's insignificant. Simple gestures like placing your hands on your cheeks, humming a tune, or letting out a whistle can have a profound effect in bringing you back to yourself, to a place of genuine peace. Right now, these small rituals align beautifully with the healing energy you need. They are gentle, and they're just right for you. As for the oppressive environment you may be facing, your ancestors reveal that you are slowly preparing for a change. Others may not see it, but you are quietly making moves beneath the surface. You don't need to rebel, and you don't need to confront anyone. All you need to do is gradually begin to remove yourself from the influence of that person. Your ancestors hope that this message, you are gifted, and you do not need to live for that person's approval, will become a guiding light. You don't need to be validated by them. You don't need to be completely loved by them, because your worth existed long before anyone chose to praise or criticize you. And finally, there is a gentle yet profound message your ancestors are whispering to you. Perhaps that person, the one who once placed such pressure on you, is also confused and hurting in their own way. Though your ancestors do not excuse their behavior, this message is offered to help you release the burden of resentment you've carried. One day, you may come to realize, they were trapped too. And in that moment, you will feel lighter, freer, no longer bound by their judgment or control. You are moving toward an awakening of emotion, of talent, and of your own self-worth. And your ancestors believe that you are strong enough, radiant enough, capable enough to rise above everything that once confined you. It's not that you look down on this person. It's simply that, with time, you begin to sense, intuitively, that they, too, carry emptiness within their soul, hidden corners in their heart. No one needs to explain this to you. It rises quietly from within. And as that awareness blooms, you understand, I don't need their full approval. I don't need to change them. You realize they are also carrying something unresolved inside. And with that realization comes something even more important. This person is not the truth. They do not hold the final answer. What they say is not necessarily right. Slowly, you come to see that the very actions that cause others pain may also be the root of their own suffering. And in that recognition, a quiet release arises within you. a loosening of the invisible chains. In that moment, you begin to walk your own path, silently but surely. You begin to free yourself from the place where you had been stuck for so long, as if you've finally found a hidden passage out. A door begins to open, an opportunity for you to step out and forward. And then, you will realize, what lies ahead is not frightening at all. In fact, once you step out of that place, your talents will begin to flourish, and good fortune will start arriving one after another. Everything will begin to move forward in unexpectedly smooth and favorable ways. You'll find yourself thinking, so this is how beautifully things can unfold. Yes, the path you're on is truly opening up in a positive direction. You have put in so much effort. And now, the moment has come for you to free yourself from control and domination. As for the person who tried to control you, the one who caused you pain, they, too, carry a kind of shadow within them, an unhealed darkness. But it is not your duty to dispel that shadow, nor your responsibility to shine light into their darkness. Perhaps they've said, "I did this for you," or perhaps they truly believe it. But regardless of how they say it, it is still a form of manipulation. Carrying that burden is too heavy for you. It is a weight you do not deserve to bear. Because there are places where your talent is genuinely needed. Places where you will be free to shine, to blossom into everything you are meant to be. And in those places, you will find true happiness. So, if needed, you absolutely have the right to walk away. You can start preparing your exit, even slowly, without haste. At some point, a spark will ignite inside you, a sudden idea, a burst of inspiration. And when that moment comes, if you act on it, things will unfold beautifully. You are always being watched over, always protected from afar. And if there comes a moment when you feel exhausted, try placing both hands gently on your cheeks, cradling your face. Whisper to yourself, "It's okay. I will get out of here." And if, in doing so, you feel the presence of someone or something that is silently protecting and guiding you, then that alone is enough to bring peace to your heart. I'll close the reading for those of you who chose pile 3 here. If what I shared has offered you helpful insight or simply brought a moment of interest, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click like to support me. Thank you so much for staying with me all the way until the end of the video. Wishing you a peaceful and lucky day. I look forward to seeing you again in the next readings.